I have a quick story to share as I'm wrapping up here. So I had my practice set for 10 o'clock. And because I'm so cool with the owners, they normally let me go over my time. So as I'm there, it's already my 1 hour mark, right? And I was like, cool, I got 30 more minutes before I head out. At the hour and 15 minutes in, I hear a knock at the door. And normally the owners would be like, hey, someone's gonna be there, let them in. So nobody sent me a text. I was like, oh my God, is this some random person trying to get in? Because you need a membership to get in, and obviously you need to pay, right? So then I was like, all right, let me just continue practicing my swing. So 3 minutes in, he knocks again. And I was just like, all right, you know what? Let me look out the window. I look out the window, I see him. It's hot outside. So I feel bad for the guy, but I do see he has his whole entire golf bag with him. So I'm like, let me be kind, all right? And I poked my head out outside the door, and I asked him if he had an appointment. He was surprised that there was someone in there, but at the same time, he seemed like he was annoyed. Granted, not my problem, right? So as he was annoyed, and he was like, yeah, I have an appointment. I was like, oh, come on in. He goes, okay. And he's kind of looking at me a little nervous with his eyes pacing back and forth, left to right, right? Human beings have the right to be nervous or anxious. And so I was trying to kind of sort him to see why is he really nervous. So I was like, oh, okay. I was like, so come on in. I was like, all right. I was like, have you been here before? He goes, oh no, this is my first time. So I was just trying to be nice because I'm the only one in the facility and I'm a woman and I'm letting this strange man that I never met in my life come in. And so I was like, oh, okay. Well, I was like, welcome to the facility. I was just like, the owners should be here shortly. And then I said, there's 4 or 5 different bays, 2 down here, 2, and the rest are all upstairs. And then at that time when I was talking to him, I was texting both of the owners and I was copying and pasting the same message. Hey, there's a guy here. He says he has an appointment. I let him in, just letting you guys know. I communicate that because 1, it's not my business and I let him in. And then 2, obviously I'm a woman and they know that. And there's this other guy here and it's just me and him. So then I'm like, oh, okay. And then he's like, well, I'm waiting for someone. And I said, okay. So then he puts his bag down at my bay. And I said, well, I'm practicing here. I was like, if you want, you can go and start at the other one, or you can go upstairs. There's a loft waiting room up there and then additional bays. And then he looks at me and he goes, oh, okay, yeah. And he's kind of rushing me along, kind of he doesn't want me to talk to him. And I'm like, buddy, out of the kindness of my heart, I looked out the window and saw you baking in the sun. Didn't tell him this. This is what I'm thinking. And I was like, and I let you in because I felt bad for you because the sun is fucking hot out here because it's Denver, Colorado. We're the mile high. We're a mile above sea level. So it burns. So the feeling that I was getting from this guy is he wasn't purposely trying to be rude because his buddy was 15 minutes late to their tea time. And then on top of that, I'm like, oh, the only woman, maybe he felt uncomfortable because I was the only one in the facility and it was just him and I, which is granted, it's fine. You could be awkward. It's your prerogative, right? Don't expect and don't project insecurity. That's just my saying as I've healed through therapy, through somatic therapy, etc. Right? I just find it interesting. You could just tell he was really annoyed, even though it was his first time and I was being kind. So he didn't know how to process his emotions. Right. And so because of that, he was coming off a little rude to me, almost if I was an unhealed person, I would have taken it as a very offensive, oh, this guy is just being a jerk and he's just being a typical man and he's being rude because how dare women be in golf? How dare women be at a golf VR practicing? I could have taken it like that, but in my head, I'm just for what? I was like, the guy's probably having a bad day, or maybe he lost a family member, or maybe his kids are stressing him out, or his partner, or wife, husband are stressing him out. I don't know. It's you never know, try to give people the benefit of the doubt. And it's crazy because I feel like golf has given me a different perspective on how to perceive because you're so forced to be one with yourself and present with your entire body as you're executing your swing. It brings out a different emotional intelligence within you. And this is speaking from my perspective of myself. I mean, some people are a little, get very angry when they play the game, but that's neither here nor there. But for myself, I feel I have this new self-gained confidence, which I've always had confidence, but I feel it's at a different level now. I don't know how to explain it. And obviously y'all, if this is something you've experienced, please share in the comments, what your experience is. I just feel my mindset has expanded in a very overall positive way. Like, I feel clearer, I feel happier, like I feel, I don't know, I feel like a newer, more elevated version of myself. And, you know, it'd be nice if I could get to know other people who are just starting off in their golf journey, who are even like first day, 2 months like myself, 1 year, 3 years in, because this is like a game that's not going to ever be perfected. And the whole point of this is like, I'm just sharing, like, you know, we're all in this together. And it's nice to just like see other people kind of like, you know, whether they're awkward or nervous or frustrated, you know, they're putting themselves out there. It takes a lot to put yourself out there, you know? And so, you know, I'm just congratulating, and I'm just kind of like proud of myself of how I handled that with a lot of grace and whatnot. So yeah. Anyways, I hope you all are having an amazing Monday. I am heading home because I have some work that I have to do. And once I get that done with, then I'll go ahead and start video editing. So I will see you all later. Ciao.